The Golden State Warriors came up short in the NBA Finals, but today they pretty much won free agency. Kevin Durant announced he will be joining the Warriors. Durant is a former league MVP and has agreed to a 2-year deal worth $54 million.
Now, I know you and Aaron have known each other for years. You're on friendly terms. You followed him as exceptional player in the OHL. You followed him as the first overall NHL draft pick. Are you going to follow him with a Calder Trophy as well?
Certainly wouldn't mind that, that's for sure. I'm very lucky to have a friend like Aaron.
High deep drive into left field. Down into the corner again. Benintendi near the wall. Leaps. He's hung up. Did he catch it? Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Nope. Long way to the wall in center field here. And Dyson! Unbelievable!
So you've seen those a couple of times now, Heather. Do you have a favourite?
The last one.
The last one?
Foot on the wall, up high.
Benintendi went over the wall. The only reason he stayed in the ballpark is because there was a table on the other side of that wall, and he stopped himself on the table, having caught the ball. But that last one was special from Jared Dyson.
For someone who isn't very good at catching, I say any of them.
Any of them, there we go. They were all fantastic. I find myself in a leafy Barrie suburb and stumbled across an interesting scene. One of the neighbours coming over to this house saying, "So, how were the Olympics?" As you do. The reason for that is because the young lady living here is Megan Lucan, Olympic Rugby Sevens bronze medalist.
Yeah.
Tell me, how do you answer that question? How were the Olympics?
I mean, it was phenomenal. I think for me, the best part was being surrounded by so many great athletes.
It's 3-2 to the Texas Rangers. But let's have another look at that controversial moment in the top of this inning. With Shin-Soo Choo at bat and Arunyed Odor at third base. Choo took a ball high from Aaron Sanchez. Catcher Russell Martin tried to throw it back to Sanchez, but it hit Choo's hand and bat before skipping away. Odor came home from third to score, but the umpires at first waved it off. When Texas complained, the umpires got together and said it had in fact been a live ball and that the run counted. Ultimately, that was the rule being correctly applied, but the way it happened certainly left a sour taste among Jays fans. And here's another example of what not to do in sports from, yes, south of the border again. An Oregon State basketball player didn't react well when he didn't get a call. After a physical play at the basket between Utah's Jacob Poeltl and Oregon State's Jamal Reed, Reed was expecting a foul call on Poeltl. He didn't get it. Still on the ground, he stuck out his leg and tripped the referee. There's no doubting. Look at it from that angle. Clearly was no accident. The ref called a flagrant personal foul, as you would, and Reed was ejected from the game. Now then, back at Megan Lucan's house. I know she wasn't entirely happy with the first pitch she threw out last night at the Baycats game, so we're going to give her one more shot live on TV. The pressure's still there a little bit, but hopefully not as good. Show us what you got, Megan.
Let's see.
Whoa! Okay, there you go. See, a little bit high and tight, but a lot of power. Enjoy that. Yeah. Thank you very much. Megan, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to hand you back in and just remind you that in 2020, baseball will be an Olympic sport. Do not rule out this young lady going for a third sport, an Olympic glory. Tony.